Hello, friends. Welcome once again to yet another episode of Pause Talk. And today I have with me Deepti Kochhar, who is a food blogger. So, very interestingly, she is here. And when you will listen to her story, you will know so many things and so many flavors and spices coming out. So, I'm sure it is going to be a beautiful one more Pause Talk today. Welcome, Deepti.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Monica. Thank you for having me here.
Yes, thank you for coming. And now I will request you to please introduce yourself.
Okay. Actually, I am a food blogger now for past more than 5 years. I have chosen to be a food blogger, but initially I was a teacher. I used to teach biology to senior classes for about 12 to 13 years. I've taught them. And after that, I left my job. And then, that creative thing was always in me. So I started one boutique also, wherein I used to put up exhibitions for my, kurtis and all that. And I had a very good. I started with the creation of for the paintings also for some time, but that that creative bug was always there that had bitten me. So finally, I really like this my journey of being a food blogger, which it combines. It's a very good combination of creativeness and my all the teaching instincts that come out. I can write and I can express myself. So this is how the entire thing has come up. So I
Wonderful.
reached, yeah.
Yes, so nice, so nice. And I'm sure everybody in the house will be really happy tasting and eating
Yeah.
all the lovely dishes. And everybody around would be just wondering that how can we acquire that kind of dishes from you? So wonderful. So Deepti, as we move on, we will like to understand how, as you just mentioned also that you were a teacher. So you started from being a teacher and then a boutique owner, and then again coming to becoming a food blogger. It is a very varied kind of a journey that we can see. So please explain or just share with us how these transitions happened in your life.
So actually, I was teaching biology and I was very happy in my job at that time. There was no problem in the job as such. And I was teaching 11th, 12th biology. But my son was growing up at that time. He was in class third or fourth that time. And, my husband is in a job where he had irregular working hours at that time. And because of that, I always had that feeling that the kid is not getting a time where he can spend the time with both of us. Like he would have a holiday but not on the assigned days like normal Saturday or Sunday. He would have during the week, or he could take out some time, but it was during midweeks, or sometime we could he could take off for even 4 to 5 days. But that was not something during our summer vacations only. So my son and I was always busy. So that thing, I had that feeling that he was not getting that time with the family, wherein both the parents are there along with him, and a kind of environment that is created because of both parents present. Because of that, and obviously both of us were running. He was leaving his for his office. I was leaving for my school at that time. He was coming back from his office. So we were also not able to meet. So that family time was missing. So
Mm.
I had to take this very, very difficult decision for me, that I had to step down and I have to, take care of him. And so I chose that. So you can say, yes, there was a pause in my,
Yeah.
my professional field at that time.
Right. And then you became a boutique owner after that. You started to
Yeah.
have your own boutique.
Yeah.
That is how it began.
Because I was so busy during my school time, I used to be busy. I was also having taking care of many things in the school. So for because of that, some many times I had to stay back or had to go on a vacation. And during the vacations, we used to have extra classes, and during functions, school functions, I was taking care of them also. So I was very busy throughout. I couldn't sit at home like that. Just I had to do something. So I chose something which could keep me occupied, as well as I could be free, whenever I am required to be free with my son and my family. So I chose that. I didn't make a complete boutique, like a shop kind of a boutique, but I started putting up exhibitions. I would design some cloths and all, and then I would put up exhibitions as per my requirements. So both my things were being satisfied. I could keep myself busy. So that was mainly to keep myself busy that I chose to go for that during
Hmm.
that.
Yes, yes. So yeah, sometimes we always think that women are very, very meant for the family, and just to occupy ourselves, we start to do some things, and our occupation is only to occupy time, but not for occupation as such, which is for the man, and that is how we have been conditioned probably, and
Mm.
that is how we have been living. But yes, now a lot of people are coming out of this set standards, and they want to really contribute in the family. For the last one generation, I'm seeing how women are really being the contributive member financially in the family. So yeah, this was a great pause for you. I can understand that you had to take a pause again for your son. So as a parent, you wanted to give that full time to your son. So
Yeah.
this is a great lesson in parenting also, that today we know that children, and especially as I know that he is your only son, only child. So that's in the lack of sibling also, it makes more important for the parents to be present for the child. Yes, I can understand that. I can hear that from you. Yes. So yeah. So how did it go further?
So there was no problem. And I think problem was with the society more than with the me, because I was happy. I don't regret that decision, that pause that I had taken. I don't regret till now, because actually it helped me as a family to grow with my son and with my husband, and that made a difference in his brought up also, because me being around with him obviously made a difference. He could get everything, all the facilities, otherwise. And it was not a difficult thing. Actually, I was coming back from the school earlier than he would come. So I was present at that time also. But as a family, we didn't get the time, the entire time I could give him. And that truly made a difference in his personality, is in everything. So yes, I don't regret that thing, though I was told many times, but that you will the child will not understand that your mother is working. He will think that women should be at home. He should feel that women has to be independent and all that stuff. But I don't think these things actually matter, because you know how to tackle all these things, and I could manage. And at the same time, I was also happy. That was the most important thing. I was happy being around him, being present in the situations and the moments, and instead of running, I was there with him for all the things. So that made me happy, and I think that is the best thing about every uh,
Yes, absolutely.
looking at school and like that.
Yes, yes, I can really understand that, and I share that also with you also once, that how presence of mother makes lot of difference. As myself also as a child, uh, my mother was always there. Like in those generation, there were hardly any working women, so my mother was always present home when I used to come back from school. But
Mm.
I can share this incident that one day when I came home and she was not there, because my nanny was not well and she had gone to her place. And I had come home and I didn't see her. And I fell ill.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was, I started to have fever and she came back and I was really, really in a bad state. And oh my God. So this is how children actually bond somebody at home.
Correct.
It may be a caretaker, it may be a co-parent, or maybe a relative or somebody. They want somebody at home when they come back. So many people will differ. Maybe when they listen to this also,
Yeah,
they'll differ, and they'll say, no, we how it is how we make them used to it. Like,
yeah, yeah.
but what I feel as a parent coach also, that it is very essential that the children have somebody to come back to. If they
Correct.
don't come back, if they come back to an empty house, they became empty inside. They are not able to, because they're so enthusiastic to come and come back
And
and
then
tell everything.
stories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in school. And there's nobody. They cannot wait for 2 hours for the mother to come and then tell. By the time the everything, the fuss, the fuse, it is gone. So yeah, it is very, very important. So congratulations on that for a wonderful decision that you have taken in your life, Deepti.
And here I would like to mention one very important thing that recently my son went and met few of his friends. Two, three times he went and met his friends. And he came back and told me without any provocation, without anything. He said, I couldn't understand earlier that you're being present with me has really put a different kind of made me a different person. When I meet my friends and my people, from my age group now, I can understand the difference. And my entire thing was
Wow,
that
super.
trophy, that is a trophy that you get. Then when
Yes,
they start realizing and understanding that this is what has changed
mm,
them, that has transformed them. So
yes.
yeah, that is your
Wonderful. Wonderful. So yeah, we cannot say that it is a sacrifice kind of a thing, because sometimes the woman will say, I have sacrificed my productive years just to be present at home for my family. So we are all given a choice. I say we are all
yeah.
given a choice. If it is up to us how we go about it, and we should not have regrets. So the pause which we take, probably it is a maternity pause, or probably it is a family pause, or any other circumstantial pause that we take in our life, we should not have regrets, because that is the time we are able to reflect back and start to grow as a person. So I will ask you, Deepti, what transformations you had, and coming from that pause to now post pause that you are a food blogger. Please share that journey with us.
So see, I believe in one thing. I don't say that I used to believe every time this thing, but now that I am 50 plus, at that time I was younger and I just had one thought in my mind because I wanted to be with him and take care of my family and to being together, basically. But now that if I'm 50 plus and if I reflect back, I understand that it is, the life is like a mosaic.
Hmm.
You're a piece in that mosaic. So if you have a skill, any kind of skill, which you because of which you're working or you're doing something, if you have that skill or that stamina or that potential or whatever you may call it, productivity, it's your name. If you have that, you can put that puzzle of yours into that mosaic wherever you go. So I was always a very creative person and I loved biology. So I went into that field. I taught. Because in our times it was just we used to do post graduation and go for B.Ed. More most of us.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we did. We went for teaching. That's okay. I really enjoyed teaching. I really being with the kids, with the children. That one thing helped me to be with my son also. Then I was biology teacher, which helped me to become a food blogger very easily because now I specifically share about food habits, healthy food, and home cooked food, food wisdom, and some certain things related to biology. So it helped me to transform into that and taking pictures or making videos or putting them or making them more creative. That my creative field. So if you have those skills or if whatever you're doing, you can use it anywhere. You can be
Yes.
happy. It is your thought process and your perspective, but you can be happy anywhere using those things. So I feel now if I see myself, I feel I have used my all skills in some or the other ways. I used to do paintings. I would be a curator for the paintings, so I could understand that because of my those skills. So everything ultimately, when you see the dots connect and you
Yes.
understand that it is not difficult, it is just a mosaic that you fit into wherever it is.
Yes. Very beautifully said. So I can really understand from this is that when you have that potential, you can use it anyway. So
Yeah.
I also very much relate to this, because when I was doing my PhD back then, uh, and then after PhD, I had not joined any university to teach,
Hmm.
because that is why we do PhD, we do a doctorate, so that we are able to go and teach in a university or in a college. But because of my family circumstances, I was home. So there was a lot of frustration. Like you study so much and then you sit home.
Yeah.
For what? For taking care of just, it looks so mundane that you are sitting home and taking care of your children who are going to school half the day and you're just sitting idle.
Mm.
But then as I joined one of the philosophies, and there we had a lot of study, and because I loved to study, so I went into a lot of study, and here I am after 25, 26 years also. I am able to teach with such a
Yeah.
flow, and I'm able to study so many things. I have started to be a coach for mindfulness or parenting, so all of that needs a lot of study and a lot of research, and
Yeah.
all of my research of my PhD is getting used up now.
Yeah.
So that is how I say, so whatever it is, believe that whatever is there for you, you can use that in that. So I completely relate with what you just said
Yeah.
about the potential that we have or the skill that we acquire in our life. We
Yeah.
can
You
use
can
it
use
in,
it anywhere. Right.
yeah. So Deepti, now that you're a food blogger, how are you really helping people with the food? Something you want to share on that?
See, if you see my post, in most of the post, I just have one simple message, that is to eat simple home cooked food as
Hmm.
much as you can. And I totally appreciate the food wisdom that our dadi, nani, mummies, all they had, and without any knowledge, they would just give that food wisdom, which we actually hardly cared at that time. We could not understand, but now we actually understand. Eating a simple home cooked Indian food like we used to when we were growing up is the best thing to do. So my main and I try to teach that only by making many heirloom recipes, traditional recipes which my grandmothers would make or my mother would make. So all those recipes I love to give to other, and those who want to learn from it, they can obviously. And the simple food, basic simple.
So nice, so nice. So again, coming back to what Deepti is saying is that in today's world, then you see that we talk about sustainability and we're talking about so many things regarding our health, because health is the most important thing we have come to know after the virus which we had. So how to take care of your health? It is most important is by eating the right way and the right thing. And that cannot be done if you are eating out, because you don't know what you're gulping out there.
Yeah,
You're not in
yes,
the kitchen.
yeah,
But if you are really interested about taking care of your health, you should be in your own home kitchen.
yeah,
And it's not a bad place to be. Yes, it is. And you can have so much of creativity coming out there for yourself. And you feel good when your family is healthy.
yeah.
So it is
And
not
we're
about,
lucky. We have help in India. We are lucky
yes,
to have help around us, even if we don't want to cook ourselves directly. Many times, okay, girls these days are busy with their profession and all, boys and girls both, but they can
yeah,
always take help if they know what help actually they want out of them. They should
correct.
know that also, no?
Yes, yes, yes. So important is to have your own oil, have
Yeah.
your own masalas, have
Yeah.
your own everything. So
Yeah.
that makes a lot of difference, because what kind of oil you're using outside, you don't know.
Yeah.
So whatever you're using, the ingredients in your food will actually make a lot of difference. Yeah, so take this wisdom from Deepti and have a wonderful meal at home. Okay, once and twice outside, it is okay. I'm
Yeah.
not telling we should be always doing, but you can relax. But yeah, home food is the best food for keeping you healthy throughout.
Yeah.
And it is more sustainable also. You are not wasting.
Yeah.
Huh?
Good for your pocket also.
Yes, good for your pocket also. Oh, this was so wonderful. We have spoken from parenting to food, so much we have spoken.
Everything.
Absolutely wonderful. I will now request you to just give one message to the women or anybody out there from your heart, how you want them to be, to about the pause or anything which you want to share.
See, what I have learned, and if I could give any message, I'm not that old also, but even if at this age, if I have to give a message to young people, is to the decisions that you take in your life, that may not be very easy ones, but they should be right. So when I was taking my pause at that time, it many people thought that it is the easiest way, that I have, it is easy to live at home, stay at home, and do the normal regular stuff. But it was the most difficult decision that I have taken, because I used to enjoy my work and to sit at home. It took me about a year to really come to that conclusion that, okay, I will leave my job. More than a year. I kept thinking, I kept analyzing. But you know what is right for you should take that decision,
Hmm.
not the one that is easy for you. My continuing working would have been easier, but taking the decision to stay at home, leave my job was the right decision for me. So I would give this message only that, always try to take the decisions which are right for you and which you think is right for you, and not the easy ones.
Yes, amazing, amazing. So, anybody who is listening, please understand you always have a choice.
Yeah.
You always have a choice to go which way. Are
Which,
you wanting to take that pause, uh, or you are imposed on that pause? Are you going to regret? Please don't do it,
yeah.
because that is not right for you. The right thing is that even if you are under the pause, you have to come to terms for some time, but that would be the right thing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is how we have to take our life. And the pause we have to utilize to grow. It is not a stop. It is just a pause. Deepti also brought out again her own creativity, and now again she is doing some work. So it is never that you will not be able to unleash yourself or restart yourself. A
Yeah.
pause is just a small comma. The
Yeah.
sentence continues. It
Yeah.
is not a full stop. So, ladies who are there, if you resonate with the story and if you think you have a similar story to share, please DM me. I will reach out to you and you could be the next guest here so that you can again go out and inspire so many other ladies who will be really wanting to probably come out of that pause, and we can help them do that. So thank you so much, Deepti. It was really wonderful to have you here.
Thank you
Namaste.
so much. Thank you. Thank you.